for this week's report. Residents blast off for one last time at Planet Playground. Designs for Pairpoint Park are discussed. The Exeter Art Walk is back. The Exeter Lions Club helps children with free eye screenings. And CSX Railway workers wrap up a tie replacement job in town. For Exeter TV, I'm Bob Glowacki, and this is the Exeter Biweekly Report. Let's get started. Good afternoon, Exeter. Thanks for tuning into the show today. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and like this video to help spread word about the show and all things Exeter. For our first segment, the beloved Planet Playground is being upgraded, so the Parks and Rec Department hosted one final blast-off before demolition began.
For 28 years, Planet Playground has stood as an iconic piece of Exeter recreation. But as time has gone on, the structure that once provided a safe and fun environment for children to play can no longer support the demands that were placed on it. With splintering wood, structural deficiencies, and accessibility issues, it's time for the beloved Planet Playground to pass on and a new Planet Playground to be constructed in its place.
It has been well loved, and now it's time for the next version. Like the best built ship, it can only take so many crashing waves before it's time to take a rest. So I'm excited to see what happens, but today we are here to play playground one last time and enjoy this beautiful treasure.
Let's roll back the clock to 1998, when Nintendo released the Game Boy Color. Mulan just hit theaters, and a new company called Google was created. Here in Exeter, a huge community effort had been in the works, and it was finally time to put planned efforts into action. Construction of Planet Playground was underway. Exeter residents got together and as a community constructed the playground in its entirety.
Each team captain was assigned a certain area and literally digging, posts. How deep are the posts, Bob?
Very deep.
Right?
I was on post hole digging.
Yeah, right.
They were telephone poles that are embedded in the ground. We borrowed a tractor with a auger.
With a lot of work to be done, it was clear that the entire community needed to chip in order to get this project done.
We involved everybody from seniors to youth. Kids from SST were involved. All the elementary schools were involved. There was literally thousands of people involved.
The efforts of these individuals did not go unappreciated. Children have been able to play and make memories on this iconic wooden playground for nearly 3 decades, all because of the efforts put forth by volunteers so many years ago.
It was truly a beautiful community experience. I can't even tell you, it's really made a difference in my life.
In order to pay respect to the playground that provided so much for the community, Exeter residents got together to play on Planet Playground one last time before it was decommissioned.
We saw creativity come out in our children every single day. Some of them used it as a spaceship, some of them used it as a tower, as a princess in there, and the beautiful piece about Planet Playground is it's always been a universal playground where kids can be who they want to be and what they want to be.
Families found it hard to say goodbye when so many memories have been stored within this park.
Back then, these kids who are now 30-year-old adults, 25 years ago were 5 years old, and their handprints are still on the old Planet Playground.
Well, I don't like change. So luckily we've saved some of the components of the playground, and they're going to be using that, and I think it's great. Everybody loves it here. Just really great.
There's a lot of memories here, so it's an emotional day, I think, for a lot of families. I can only say that there's good things to come.
While it's sad to see this playground go, it's exciting to know that a new Planet Playground is already on its way.
Playground standards have changed dramatically. One of the things that we really want to achieve here is to make it a truly accessible experience.
Greg Bisson approached us with the schematics for the new playground, and what an opportunity to be able to get in front of a fully accessible playground, something that seems so cutting edge here in the state of New Hampshire, to be a part of a new chapter of this old legacy playground was an incredible opportunity.
Universal builds don't just benefit people with mobility disabilities, they benefit everyone. So it will be a really inclusive space for everyone in the community and beyond to come and play with their children. And
we're looking forward to a new, fresh look of the recreation park as we do future enhancements, and thank you to the residents for support. Without their support, this would not be possible.
With time to play in the playground running out, children got on the swing, popped out of the slide, and hopped in the spaceship one last time before the sun went down and demolition was slated to begin.
On the count of 3, to break this in, I want everybody to say Blastoff with me. 1, 2, 3. Blastoff! Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
And then it was time for demolition to begin. The iconic community-built and well-loved wooden playground is now gone. But the empty site where Planet Playground once stood is prepped for the launch of Planet Playground 2.
The Pairpoint Park Stakeholders Advisory Committee discussed 3 design ideas at their recent meetings. Dan Monchek has a recap from our Meeting Minutes series.
This is your Meeting Minute for the April 10th and April 17th Pairpoint Park Stakeholders Advisory Committee meeting. The purpose of this committee is to take a look at the town-owned property located at 23 Water Street and provide recommendations to the Select Board on how to take this abandoned lot and turn it into a downtown community park for all people of Exeter to enjoy. The committee has put together a series of proposed designs for the park. They are now seeking public input in the form of a survey to help determine which design will best suit the needs of the community.
Is if someone has a lot to say, what's really integral to this process is giving people the opportunity to say it.
We prepared 3 drawings for 3 different design concepts for the park, and these were based on the discussions that we've had, the public input, and frankly really heavily on the design concepts that everyone sketched out.
Option 1 is an elevated deck that extends from the sidewalk all the way to the river's edge. This design includes 1,800 square feet of fully accessible gathering space, a cutout in the deck for native trees, playful seating, and native vegetation. Option 2, known as the Shady Bosque, features a gently sloped walkway down to the edge of the river. It includes 1,400 square feet of gathering space, movable seating, and an overlook onto the river. Option 3, the Serpentine Path, turns the site into a gently sloped winding path that leads to a curved overlook of the water. This design features rain gardens, planted mounds with artwork, and seating pods with 525 square feet of accessible gathering space. If you're interested in taking the survey, it can be found on the homepage of our website at exeternh.gov. Or, if you prefer a physical copy, the survey can be found at the town offices, the Exeter Library, and the Senior Center. Here you can choose your favorite designs to help determine the future of this park.
The annual Exeter Art Walk is back next weekend. Will Tapley has more information.
Looking for a weekend adventure that sparks your imagination? Join us for the 2025 Exeter Art Walk on Saturday, May 3rd and Sunday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Explore local studios, meet the artists, and discover breathtaking art just in time to find that perfect Mother's Day gift. The event takes place across 11 different local art studios in town. Try to visit them all. Take a break, soothe your soul, and enjoy the creativity that makes our community so special at the 2025 Exeter Art Walk. Visit artupfrontstreet.com for more information.
The Exeter Lions Club helps the community in many ways. This week, we tagged along with several of their members as they visited Great Bay Kids to learn more about the club's vision screening program. On a bright spring morning, members of the Exeter Lions Club were at Great Bay Kids setting up for a vision screening as a part of the club's Operation KidSight program.
Can you sit right in this chair for us? There you go. That's good. Nice.
Lions is an international organization, so we have a program for sight, which is screening children's eyes with a spot screener.
Oops. You're doing a great job. There we go.
Excellent.
We screen children from 6 months old to about 8 years. That's when the eyes are developing. And so that's the best time to actually catch any particular problem.
The club offers the free screening program to SIU 16 schools in the fall, and in the spring it worked with daycares and child care facilities.
Okay, Emma, look at the bright lights.
The Lions Club has been coming in, as far as I'm aware. I've been here for almost 9 years, and they come in and they screen our 3-year-olds to our 5-year-olds with parent permission to look for any eye issues or screenings or anything. We also have teacher recommendations for children that may need assistance with glasses and or for their eyesight, for depth perception, for moving around the playground, moving around the classroom, anything like that. So some of our teachers have recommended that the parents sign up for it, and it is a free service, so why not? So it works out for everybody.
The screenings are very quick and easy. While a child sits down, a member of the Lions Club moves the screener to get a close-up of the child's eyes. Once the screener has the correct angle and lighting, it automatically captures the required data.
There we go. All set. Thank you.
The screener then prints out a full report which can be given to the parents.
All set.
That sounds like
Excellent.
That sounds like a bird.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, it will pick up lazy eye. It's a reflective process and also what they call gaze. So nearsighted, farsighted, misaligned eyes, problem with pupils, one being larger than the other, typical childhood eye diseases. And the importance of this is in terms of their life and socialization, but even more so in the classroom and learning, reading, and observing, so they will be able to see as they should be able to see. It makes a tremendous difference in students' ability to learn and have a good life.
It was so quick and easy that in between groups of students, I sat down in the chair to get my eyes checked.
All done. You focus it in a little circle. Wow.
And Lang Plummer said I passed with flying colors. For parents, these screenings provide a valuable insight into their child's vision that they may not have had without the program.
Parents are very appreciative of the service that we provide because there's no cost to it. But even the other day, we're out at the Stratum Circle Learning Center, and the first thing that the assistant said there was, you know what, we had a parent last year and they were so happy to have the children's eyes found that they needed to get some glasses, and they've got glasses now. It's wonderful. So that's the satisfaction, when you're helping some child to step up and be able to see and learn more efficiently. It's very, very rewarding.
For more information about the program, visit the Exeter Lions Club website or email the club at exeternhlions@gmail.com. And for our last segment, we have an inside look at the recent work being done on the railway, which saw several railroad crossings in town closed, and the project behind it. For the past 2 weeks, crews from the train company CSX have been working on the railroad tracks in Exeter, from the Powder Mill Road crossing all the way to Salem Street. We met up with the unofficial greeter of the Downeaster in Exeter, longtime train enthusiast and advocate Bob Hall, to learn more about the project.
This is called a tie job, and one of the things to keep, like any house or a road, anything, you have to keep investing in it to keep it quality. And the service that we have here is quality service. The tracks are owned today by a company called CSX, and that's a Eastern United States railroad, which runs from Florida to Maine and out as far west as the Mississippi River. They have over 3,000 miles of rail.
Mr. Hall went on to explain that technology has come a long way with how tie jobs work, with the majority of the work now being done by specialized machinery. When we caught up to the crews, the old railway spikes had already been pulled out of the ground with a large magnet. The old ties had been removed, and the new ties had been laid in place waiting to be inserted. A set of 2 rail-mounted pieces of equipment picked up the ties and moved them into place. The next machine sweeps away ballast rocks that may have moved, while a crew picks up the metal tie plates to lay them on the new wooden ties. Another crew uses special machines to lift up the rails to adjust the metal ties into position so they can be later nailed in. The work being done in Exeter is a part of a larger $35 million project covering 124 miles of rail stretching from Haverhill, Mass. To Brunswick, Maine. CSX crews are replacing nearly 130,000 railroad ties on the Downeaster line. While the project has had minor traffic inconveniences at local crossings, the project is crucial to maintaining the railway network, as Bob Rohauer from CSX's Community Affairs Office explains.
We operate in 26 states, all east of the Mississippi River, and we have several of these type what we call work gangs out there during the summer months up here in the Northeast doing this kind of work. And our end goal is, again, to make it a safe railroad, and certainly part of that is being proactive. So we go out and advance. A good example, a good analogy would be paving a road before it's full of potholes, right? We go out and resurface a road so it's smooth again. We're basically doing the same thing with the rail structure, in that we want to be proactive before the ties or the rail fails. We want to put in the new stuff so that we can continue to operate trains safely and efficiently.
With the work being done, train enthusiasts like Bob Hall are excited to think about the possibilities for a well-maintained and updated railway system in the community as an alternative to traveling by car.
Go to Boston for the Bruins game. This time of year, go to the Red Sox game. A lot of people went down this morning, bright and early, 6:30, they were on the train. It's an alternative. It costs $22 each way. Costs $50 to park your car in Boston.
As our interview with Bob Hall wrapped up, CSX crews were doing one final sweep along the tracks to pick up the old railway ties as the project moves north into Newmarket and towards the Maine state line. The multi-state project is slated to wrap up in mid-July. Railway crossings along the route may be temporarily closed as work continues, so the public is advised to follow traffic detours. In Exeter, the crossings at Powder Mill Road, Main Street, and Summer Street are now complete, with crews coming back at a later date to finish work on the Front Street crossing. Downeaster service will remain available during the project, but with a modified schedule and some bus connections. For more information, visit AmtrakDowneaster.com. If you haven't taken a ride on the Downeaster, Bob Hall has a simple message.
If you've never tried it, give it a shot. It's a great way to travel.
That does it for this week's report. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help us spread the word. And head over to the town website and subscribe to the town's email newsletter to get this show and other local news sent straight to your inbox. We'll be back on May 9th for the next edition of the show. For Exeter TV, I'm Bob Glowacki, and this has been the Exeter Biweekly Report. Have a great weekend, Exeter. And I blow away from the wind.